We'll bring you more updates subsequently on that election, but let's turn attention to other stories. Now, reactions have continued to pour in following the death of the former Inspector General of Police, Solomon Arase, who died at a private hospital in Abuja after a brief illness. The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, had described Solomon Arase as a man who served with pride and honor. In a statement made available to TVC News by the police spokesman, Olumuyiwa Adejobi, the IGP said the former police boss exemplified the highest standards of professionalism, bravery, and leadership. He also added that Solomon Arase, during his tenure as the Inspector General of Police, introduced major initiatives for the reform of the force, such as the Complaint Response Unit for swift responses to public complaints and adequate protection of citizens' rights. Meanwhile, IGP Egbetokun visited Arase's family in Abuja to offer his condolences and acknowledge the contributions of the late police boss to police reforms and national security. I'm joined by former Commissioner of Police, Fatai Owoseni, for more on the life and times of Solomon Arase. Good to have you join us, former Commissioner. I mean, this is quite sad for the police community today. It's let me start by offering our condolences here at TVC. I mean, just what more can you tell us about the life and times and the impact of the former IGP Solomon Arase?
Thank you so very much. I would start by saying that his meritorious years of service in the Nigeria police was so impactful that it would be difficult to quantify how impactful it was positively to policing in Nigeria. The late IG represented what I would call excellence in terms of police professionalism and what can be referred to as a whole society approach to policing. Even as Assistant Inspector General of Police, in terms of in charge of intelligence department, he introduced our first intelligence laboratory in order to promote what is known and famous for intelligence-led policing. And he carried this on, expanded on it up to the time he was Inspector General of Police. It's on record that it was his idea, his memo. I was the principal staff officer to the Inspector General of Police, MD Abubakar, when the late IG was the AIG Intelligence. And I can say emphatically that it was this memo that led to us having what we call the Intelligence Response Squad in the police. And that idea, you know, brought a lot of achievement to police. Also, in terms of having, you know, interface with the members of the public, we expanded and, of course, made what we call a complaint response unit to be more visible when he was Inspector General of Police. And personally to me, yes, I call him bros. He was not just a professional senior colleague. He was a brother. He was my senior man because he called me my man. And why I am particularly saddened was it was an unusual thing. I had, you know, relationship with him because when I was going to be posted to Commissioner of Police, Lagos State, something that I didn't see all over since I joined the police, because I've been involved in the leadership, you know, the way it is run. He just called me one morning and he said, "Hey, oh boy, you are going to Lagos tomorrow as Commissioner of Police." It was unusual. It was unlike the ways we posted Commissioner of Police. And he said,
and Mr. Owoseni, we can say that a lot of things about him was unusual because we've seen public officials come and go, and some of them you basically don't even remember after they leave office. But for him particularly, his name stayed, all through, even till this very moment, in the security sector. Just speak to how that gap, the gap that he has left now that he's no longer with us.
It's a lot of gap, even since he left as Inspector General of Police. I just hope that we will have, yes, we've been having Inspector Generals of Police after him that have contributed their quota. But you said the intellectual aspect of policing that he brought in, is something that, every incoming IG needs to, aspire to also introduce into the way we run our policing in the country.
Thank you so much for your time. Our condolences again, former Commissioner of Police Fatai Owoseni. Thank you for your time. All right, let's turn that. We're staying on security matters. The Nigeria Police Force say it has made significant breakthroughs in the fight against violent crimes across the country. Police spokesman Olumuyiwa Adejobi, in a statement, confirmed the arrest of